The third chapter of Two Blue Vortex has brought fire to the community with the most unexpected events. After a long wait of 3 years, Kashin Koji's immense significance in the story has finally been revealed. Not only that, we even got to see a divine variant of Boruto's Rasengan along with some potential foreshadowing that no one is talking about. So let's break this chapter down. The cover features Himawari under the title Uzuhiko. While it seems like a random choice of the author to let her conquer the cover, however something interesting happens in the chapter which hints at Himawari surpassing Boruto. I will get there in a moment, but let's first talk about the showdown of Boruto and Code from the beginning of this chapter. It picks up where we left last month with Boruto approaching Code with his new power known as Uzuhiko. The seriousness on Boruto's face is totally visible and it's pretty clear that he wasn't baffling when he issued a death warning to Code. As the whirlwind spirals the whole body of Boruto, his opponent gets confused about his new power. Code thinks to himself that it might be his signature technique, the vanishing Rasengan. However, the way Boruto approaches him makes him think otherwise. What got me thinking here is that if omnipotence has switched the lives of Kawaki and Boruto, how does Code mention him being good at the vanishing Rasengan? According to his memory, Boruto should be the former vessel of Ishiki with a Kara modified body. We could say that he has fought him before. That's how he came to know about his vanishing Rasengan. However, the effects of the divine spell should have made him believe that he's Kawaki from the original reality, and he should have ignored the inconsistencies, such as him being good at the vanishing Rasengan. Well, it could be that the Shinjutsu modification of Code gave him a slight resilience to omnipotence. There are a few solid reasons which indicate the same, so let's take a look at all of them. First and foremost, Code's main target to draw Boruto's attention was Sarada, with whom Kawaki did not share any bond. The omnipotence shouldn't have let Code consider the possibility of Boruto feeling sympathy towards Konoha or its people, especially Sarada, whom Boruto literally tried to kill in the past, according to the new memories of everyone. So Code still assuming Konoha is beloved to Boruto is really suspicious. Secondly, Kawaki shared an age gap of 3 years with Boruto's friend circle. It won't make sense for him to be friends with them. That's why he preferred isolation most of the times. However, Code referred to Sarada as an old friend of Boruto, which yet again proves that his viewpoint towards him hasn't changed. Furthermore, none of his statements attribute Boruto as Kawaki. He completely avoids bringing up his past with Boruto, something he did during the Code arc with Kawaki. He also acknowledges the shadow clone jutsu of Boruto, even though he never saw Kawaki using the same technique. So it could be that Boruto has explained the omnipotence to Code for some reasons, or the Otsutsuki DNA he got from the modification has made him break out of the spell. Otherwise, it's pretty much confirmed that the victims of this spell eventually accept the obvious contradictions and their new memories completely overshadow the previous ones. Something similar was said by Sarada, and the statement of Code has demonstrated her explanation. Back to the chapter, as he notices the vortex spiraling his body, he decides to make his move by releasing his claw marks behind Boruto. He then jumps out of them right behind him and swings his claw to attack him. Boruto, upon sensing him behind, brings his hand forward to hit him with Uzuhiko, but Code was fast to react as he grabbed him by the arm to prevent the attack. He then swings his claws to attack, but Boruto blocks the hit with his sword. What's interesting is that Code misreads Uzuhiko as an offensive ability and even tells Boruto that his confidence is a waste, cause unless he lands a hit on him, nothing will work out. Boruto follows up his earlier formidable statement by saying killing Code is easy and it's already half done. Suddenly the wind spiral wraps around Code's arm, which leaves him completely perplexed. He asks Boruto what it is, to which he gets a final death warning. Now he would have to choose between revealing the location of the Ten Tails or an unavoidable death. Code takes the warning of Boruto as a joke and approaches him with murderous intent, and this is where things get crazy. Boruto avoids every attack of Code in a mysterious manner, and it doesn't seem like he's dodging at all. After missing his hits for a few times, Code gets confused how he unable to make contact with him. It doesn't seem like a genjutsu or shadow clones, but an enigmatic avoidance which is unexplainable. Just when he was looking at Boruto standing behind him, the young lord shows up unexpectedly before him. Code then takes a big L as Boruto effortlessly hits him with the Uzuhiko Rasengan. In my prediction video, I talked about how we might not get an explanation on the Uzuhiko as there is apparently no third person present who could act as a narrator. Surprisingly, Kishimoto gave this job to Daemon this time, as he compares the Uzuhiko of Boruto to the rotation of a planet. Similar to how Momoshiki explained omnipotence in chapter 79, Aida seems to be watching the comeback fight of Boruto. And before getting into what has been revealed about this power, let me give my first impressions on this unique technique. The scene where Code is unable to attack Boruto reminded me of Goku's Ultra Instinct and how it's almost impossible for a normal opponent to land a blow on him in this mode. What's interesting is that it's arguably the fifth reference to the Dragon Ball franchise that we have seen in Boruto so far. The first and the official one was the bond between Boruto and Sasuke being inspired from Gohan and Piccolo. The second one deals with introducing divine beings like Shibai, who are more powerful than the most strongest characters of the show. The third one deals with Kawaki's Daikokuten dimension being similar to the time chamber of Dragon Ball Z. He could have done infinite amount of training there without being worried about the time that's passing in the real world. The fifth one was a reference to future Trunks coming back from the future and slashing down Frieza. Boruto could also be a time traveler, or maybe he has peeked into the future with his Jogan and now he's trying to avoid the future that he witnessed. The fact that he is too a swordsman and slash down the white-tailed creatures who look a lot like Frieza enhance this possibility a lot. And now we have got an ability similar to Ultra Instinct, and this could mean that we would be seeing a lot more Dragon Ball references in the future. So make sure to subscribe as we are about to predict and decode most of them. At first glance, I thought Boruto is playing around with time to effortlessly evade the attacks of Code. He could be pausing time whenever he's about to get hit, and that's why Code was unable to figure out what's going on. Also, the fact that Momoshiki also had an ability which dealt with time makes this a plausible possibility. Remember when Momoshiki took over Boruto during his first fight with Code? Here the monster said that he has got a perfect chance to kill him. The only thing was that for some reasons, he couldn't attack anyone when time was stopped. But the way he said he has got a golden chance to kill him, it felt like he would finish him off in the middle of the frozen time. However, there might be some restrictions to his time stoppage power that have been overcome by Boruto. The Uzuhiko or the planetary Rasengan could be a fusion of the time Shinjutsu and Rasengan. Further, the intel dropped by Boruto and Daemon kinda indicate the same, but there are more ways to interpret the true essence of this ability. Daemon got a smirk on his face when he felt this power. He first thought it might be related to the shaking of the ground and even looked down upon Boruto. He then explained it as a technique that uses the planet's rotation. What's astonishing is that Daemon wasn't surprised or shocked by this ability. However, when he felt the hidden intensity from Himawari back in chapter 77, he was scared as hell. Could this mean that Himawari has more raw potential than Boruto? Maybe some proper amount of training could make her surpass base Boruto, and it's only the karma that would let him maintain an advantage over her. A question that occurred to me is that if the current antagonist has been given a time limit to live, why would Kishimoto set up Himawari's unreal potential for the future? Well, this is where the possibility of new villains pop up. It was even hinted on the Manga Plus app when Two Blue Vortex was kept under the Alien genre, unlike its prequel. So Himawari is about to wreck the new Otsuzukis that are about to appear in the story. The only question remains what exactly lies within her, which even made the subject of an Otsutsuki god shiver. Well, I'm about to cover this very soon, so subscribe to not miss it. Coming back to the chapter, we then have Boruto himself explaining his new power to Code. He tells him to see it as a strike back from the planet that he tried to destroy. He then confirms the theory of Daemon by referring to Uzuhiko as the Rasengan, which absorbed the rotation of the planet's chakra. What's interesting is that Boruto has unveiled the plan of Code that he has busted in the time skip with just a single statement. It seems like the devotee of Ishiki had tried to destroy the planet and Boruto had been too helpless while trying to stop him. This could be the time when Kashin Koji joined Boruto's alliance and deteriorated the plans of Code. And by looking at the feat that he has achieved, it's clear that Koji has fulfilled his job perfectly. Something that might arise as a plot hole in Code's plan is the fact that he wants to eat the divine fruit of Earth. However, we shouldn't forget that his goal is to become an Otsutsuki god and he can consume the chakra fruit of any planet for that. So even if he had decided to destroy Earth at some point, it won't affect his main goals and plans. Another hint for Koji defecting the plans of Code comes from the denial of Ishiki's devotee that Boruto can harm him. He remembers the Uzumaki being too weak and helpless 2 years before, so the reason for his change in plan must have the involvement of a third person, which is most likely Koji or Sasuke. The scar on his left eye hints at Sasuke flopping his plans, and it could even be that it was the coordinating alliance of Koji and Sasuke that halted the schemes of Code. Following that incident, the Rasengan training of Boruto must have started in Mount Myoboku, which explains why Code wasn't able to find him. What's impressive is that Boruto is able to passively deflect the physical attacks of his opponent. Just because the cyborg kid did not react much to Boruto's ability, it seems like there is more room for him to improve. He had made a promise to Daemon that he will grow as strong as him, so it could be that his full potential hasn't been revealed yet. By the end of this video, a hint for the Jogan's awakening shall be unveiled, which could break Daemon's ego in the next chapter. Coming back to the Uzuhiko chapter, it's further revealed that the power which has entered Code's body will never disappear, just like how the planet will never stop spinning. The damage on his body shall be semi-permanent, and he will die before the planet stops spinning. However, Boruto gives Code a final choice to choose from. He will undo the Uzuhiko spell to let Code live a normal life if he hands over the 10 tails to him. Furthermore, Boruto did not expect Code to bear the Uzuhiko strike, which means even after losing his senses, the resistance of his limitless form didn't fade away. The amount of disgrace that Kishimoto has written for this antagonist is astonishing. But why is he doing that at first place? Why can't Code have a moment of his own, even though he is the main villain at present? Well, it seems like Kishimoto's way of writing Code is more like writing a protagonist with struggles. First and foremost, he has no will of his own, and is only following the path that Ishiki had chosen for him. Even though he regards himself as an Otsutsuki worshipper, he still doesn't have any solid reason to do so. If he had one, it would have ignited the fire of vengeance inside him, and he would have always played his cards wisely. In other words, he is being bad only because he was fascinated with Otsutsukis, and he ain't actually bad. Moreover, he was betrayed by his comrades, which made him a complete loner, and even his karma doesn't allow him to be on par with Boruto and Kawaki. The day he unlocked his limiters was the day when he got the biggest L of his life by the hands of Daemon. All of it is happening because he lacks that intimidating villainous aura just because his will is not his own. This type of treatment from the plot even makes the reader sympathize with Code, and everyone expects him to have at least one honorable moment in the show. It could even be that Kishimoto is setting up a huge agonizing role for him. His glow up could be one of the most remarkable moments of the show, or it will never happen at all. Back to the chapter, Kawaki interrupts the negotiation between Boruto and Code, just as I predicted before the spoilers were out, so subscribe for more such predictions. Inoshikacho and Himawari also appear, and upon seeing his sister for the first time in 3 years, the lifeless look of Boruto fades away for a moment. He must have went down the entire memory lane in a split second when he saw her face. Shikadai questions Boruto what he is doing in Konoha, to which he doesn't respond nicely and asks him to not interfere. This shows that how straightforward his priorities are. He is determined to save the world and won't let anyone come in his way, not even his old friends. I won't be surprised if he ends up harming them. There's even a possibility of a Mitsuki vs Boruto deathmatch happening sometime in the future. Meanwhile, Code tries to escape with the claw marks, but Kawaki spoils his plan by shrinking them. He then plays the big brain move by summoning a claw grind and escaping with the claw mark on his back. Shikamaru orders everyone to destroy the other monsters, but Kawaki decides to have a conversation with his Kama counterpart. He tells him that he looks like an adopted son of Sasuke, and Boruto responds by saying his way of talking hasn't changed a bit, but he's glad that Himawari is doing fine. Kawaki warns him that he's about to be killed since he has returned, but Boruto replies by saying it won't be that bad if he dies in Konoha, but not right now. This shows the maturity difference of the two characters. Boruto even tells Kawaki that he's getting in his way while he's doing a serious job. Kawaki ignorantly tells him that he's the one who's being a hurdle here. While the Red Kama wielder had the privilege of living a life of royalty for 3 years and even had ample amount of time to train, thanks to his Daikokuten dimension, Boruto had been on the mission of saving the planet from Code, which means he's way more experienced in handling sensitive situations. Like Kawaki ain't looking at the bigger picture here. The desire to bootlick Naruto has made him blind to the consequences. Boruto is an asset considering his Otsutsuki prowess, and without even questioning the fate of Momoshiki, he wants him dead right at this moment. It's like he hates him not because he was the vessel of a dangerous entity, but for some other reasons too. Now this makes me wonder that why doesn't he let Hima call him her brother and fully accept the life and role of Boruto? Well, it could be that he feels a bit guilty for switching places. That's why he doesn't want to be attributed as the brother of Hima. Otherwise, he's being advantageous by being the son of the seventh. He feels proud that he shall be eliminating an Otsutsuki, which is Boruto. The phenomenal hatred towards the alien race is about to make him turn the whole world upside down. But what's interesting is that he has no idea about the feat that Boruto has achieved. Maybe that's why he wants to seal him in the future, as it's impossible to kill him at this point. We also get to know that the people who have been turned into trees are alive, and even Bug has been turned into one. This also enhances the possibility of Sasuke being alive. cause he has most probably been turned into a mini divine tree as well. Maybe the only way to save the victims of the claw grimes is to destroy the 10 tails, which is why Boruto wanted to reach that place very badly. The final panels have not only confirmed the theories of Kashin Koji, but also a mild possibility for Boruto to awaken the Jogan. When Code goes back to his dimension, it's revealed that Boruto had put a toad on him, who's giving him live updates about the 10 tails. Once the 10 tails is found, Boruto gets alerted and the crazy stuff begins from here. First and foremost, Kashin Koji's vital time skip role has been revealed. He has been mentoring Boruto in learning the broken abilities, such as the Uzuhiko. He could have even taught him the Sage Mode, along with the reverse summoning jutsu, and maybe even the true fire of Samadhi. Even my theory from this video where I talk about Boruto being the child of prophecy has come true. The prediction about the savior of the shinobi world was indeed bilateral, and Koji possessing the genes of Jiraiya, who bore a mighty fate, made him train the final child of prophecy. Also, there is a mega hint about the Jogan in this panel that most of you must have missed. Look at this hand sign that he's making here. It's the same one that he made in the prologue scene while activating the Jogan. This means another theory of mine from the prediction video, where I say the Jogan will appear as the cliffhanger, has come halfway true. The 10 tails seems to be completely sucked out of chakra, which only reflects how cruel Code has been to him to create his grime army. Now whether Boruto will reverse summon to this dimension or will deal with Kawaki first will remain a mystery for some time. I personally think Kawaki's stubbornness would make him challenge Boruto, to which he will face a definite defeat. The next chapter could mark the most awaited debut of the pure eye in the manga, and I will be drawing a lot of theories on it. So don't forget to subscribe and check out these videos for more amazing stuff. I will see you next time.